All right, everybody. Happy Wednesday afternoon, Thanksgiving Eve. I'm 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins, and let's talk real quick about the travel forecast across the United States over the next couple of days. We'll get you all the way through Sunday, even into Monday, kind of give you an idea of what it looks like as you are flying, driving, or just going over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house. All right, so let's get started with it. I want to show you now, of course, we started this yesterday. I wanted to show you the snowfall coverage. If you are hoping to see a little bit of snow for your travels, obviously it's the northern tier, but the Rockies have quite a bit of snow. And of course, the mountains even out west in California have a good amount of snow as well, too. About 30% of the country has snow at this particular point. No big snowstorms at this point other than out towards Montana, but still lots of snow left over in interior sections of New York, as you can imagine there from that big snowstorm they had. All right, let's talk about where we are now with the radar. We've got a couple of systems. This is the system that was coming in along the northwest yesterday, kind of weakening, but that'll bring some light snows to parts of Montana and Wyoming. You can see some rain developing here in East Texas, Oklahoma, up in towards Missouri and Arkansas. This will actually develop and we'll have heavier rain in the area, even some storms as we get into tomorrow. Just some light showers started out the day in central Florida here in the Tampa area, but things are basically moving offshore, and we do have a couple of showers right along the coast in the Carolinas. Other than that, it's actually fairly quiet. If you look at the clouds with this, you can see the system developing here, at least trying to get its act together. And then still some clouds off the coast of Tampa, but I think we're actually going to be looking pretty good. So let's talk about the forecast model. Here we go. This is Wednesday evening through early on Thanksgiving morning. That's 7 a.m. Thanksgiving morning. There's our developing system across the south central states, I should say, Louisiana, even southern Missouri. Elsewhere, I mean, look at this, it's pretty good. So if you are traveling early on Thursday morning, Thanksgiving, things are looking pretty good for most locations. Now, Thursday afternoon, some showers developing in the Great Lakes, not a whole lot, mainly east of Chicago, down into Indiana. Tampa looks really good. We're only going to see an isolated shower. California, the Rockies, all looking good. New Mexico with a little bit of snow in the eastern part of the state. And as we get into Friday morning, you can see the system is now moving to the east, and it's going to start to hook up a little bit. And so more rain towards Atlanta, towards Birmingham, D.C. getting a small chance for rain, New York, and then you see a little bit of a mix up here in upstate New York. Then it looks like now we'll keep most of the snow up into Canada. System developing here in West Texas. This one's going to move out to the east, but you can see by Friday morning it's developing there in central and west Texas. Friday evening, not too much changes. I think this initial system will move offshore. Winds will pick up and it will get chilly, but not too cold for the northeast. Then as we get into Saturday morning, here we go with that system coming out of Texas. That's really been kind of the main thing that we'll be watching this weekend. This is Saturday afternoon. There it is, cranking up below right in here and putting lots of rain out ahead of it. Another system's coming in the Pacific Northwest by Saturday afternoon. The Northeast looks good. Even Tampa looks pretty good. Most of Florida through Saturday and Sunday. This is Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Our system now is moving across the Appalachians up through the Midwest. That will continue to march eastward. Most of the rain will dry up for central Florida at least. Small chance for rain on Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock. That's what we're looking at here. But you can see the rain for any flights coming out of the Northeast. In fact, most of the major cities, Boston, New York, Philly, D.C., all looking at some showers by Sunday afternoon. It's just rain, that's it, but we will have to deal with some of that. And if you're talking about the I-95 corridor from, say, New York all the way down, yeah, that's pretty wet on Sunday. Another system comes in out in the Pacific Northwest, high mountain snows, rain along the immediate coast. That is going to work its way down the coast Sunday night into Northern California. Meanwhile, Sunday night into Monday morning, we will have some good winds on the backside of that system. It's going to do a little bit more of a lake effect for areas a little bit more southeast of the lakes. The big snow we had last weekend was anybody east-northeast of the lake. That's Monday afternoon. If you're stretching it out, getting an extra day, things are actually quieting down for the southeast. Still some lake effect snow left over for interior sections of the New England, but you can also see this storm system is dropping southward into Nevada, and quite a bit of snow, even in some lower elevations out west. Now, let's talk temperature-wise. Obviously, you're taking the jacket with you, but the headline here is that, I mean, it's 50 in Cleveland, 52 in Chicago. This is not bad. 42 in Syracuse with some snow on the ground. Now, let's go out to tomorrow afternoon where we'll be looking at highs generally in the 40s to low 50s. That's not bad. 36 in International Falls, 39 in Minneapolis. So, yeah, it's chilly compared to the 80 in Tampa. We'll probably hit 82 for a high. but certainly a lot warmer across the southeast and the mid-Atlantic than what it could be for this time of the year. Friday, we're starting to see some cool air come in. These numbers are a little off because we will be cooling off Friday afternoon. But look at this. I mean, all the way up into the Dakotas, still in the mid-30s. Now, Saturday, we do see some cooler air coming back in behind that in the Dakotas, but staying mild through the holiday weekend, it looks like, for the East Coast. So no big changes there. Sunday, we'll see the front come through, but again, it's just barely getting below freezing up in northern Minnesota. So pretty mild Thanksgiving holiday. Now let's talk a little bit about the winds aloft. This is what we're looking at, basically up around 10 to 15,000 feet. I'm kind of trying to show you where you run into a little bit of turbulence, especially as you're climbing to altitude on Thursday if you're flying. It's out over New Mexico, Utah, western Colorado, but look at the deep south. So Houston, Louisiana, flying through New Orleans, Birmingham, perhaps Atlanta as well if you're heading off to the west. Chicago, a little bit, yeah. I mean, it's kind of windy, obviously used to that. Now on Friday, we do have some higher winds coming across the northeast. So if you're traveling back home right after Thanksgiving, watch that stretch from Chicago to D.C., even New York. And you can see out west and Pacific Northwest as well. Saturday, our developing system will make it for a bumpy ride from New Orleans to Houston, to Dallas, up into Arkansas. And then as we get into Sunday afternoon, you see all of that is shifting to the west. Now, a lot of this wind here will be kind of moving off in this direction. So any flights coming in this direction are going to take a little bit longer. In fact, they may do something like that just to save a little bit of fuel. But certainly a couple of bumps coming out of DCA, Dulles, that area, by the time we get towards Sunday evening. That's Monday afternoon. You focus a lot on the yellow there. There's going to be some bumps across most of the country, but the yellow is where you really want to just keep an eye on it. All right, talk about perfect weather. Tampa Bay, 82 and partly cloudy skies. There is about a 10% chance for a shower, but most areas won't see it. Just a gorgeous holiday here in the Bay Area. And then 7-day forecast keeps us warm through the weekend. That frontal boundary on Sunday will keep us slightly cooler, upper 70s for highs. And any of the drier air, it's slightly cooler. That really won't get in here until Sunday evening. So we'll stay kind of muggy through the holiday weekend. But then on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, really nice weather here with highs in the mid to upper 70s, lower humidity, which means we'll drop those lows down into the upper 50s to low 60s each morning. Okay, guys, that is it. I hope you have a great holiday. Be safe out there. Hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving. Spend time with the friends and family that you love, and if you're working, like some of us, that's okay. Work hard. Take care, guys. Have a good one.